Hello everyone, the Humble Math Tutor here. In today's video, we establish rules for dealing with negative exponents. There are no practice examples afterwards, I should say. For those, please see my video, Negative Exponents, Practice, Practice, Practice. Okay, let's get started. A to the negative n. To work out how to handle that situation, I'm first going to write that as a to the 0 subtract n. It is true that 0 take away n is the same as negative n. Why I would do that becomes clear on the third line. I'm going to write that as a to the 0 over a to the n. Now remember, if you are dividing powers of like base, you subtract the exponents. So 0 minus n appears here, and this is a correct step. But a to the 0 is 1. So I should write this as 1 over a to the n. And that gives us our first rule. We define a to the negative n to be 1 over a to the positive version of that exponent n. Now that's defined to be that way so that negative exponents behave consistently with positive exponents when sharing the same power rules. There are two other circumstances that we should look at. What if we came across a situation where we had a negative exponent in the denominator? How would we handle that? Well, we'd use the power rule we just worked out, and we'd replace the denominator with 1 over a to the n. No problem there. Watch what happens. We would write it as 1 over a to the n. But then we'd be dividing fractions, so we should invert and multiply. And that would give us 1, which is the numerator, times the reciprocal of the denominator, which is a to the n over 1, which is equal to a to the n. That gives us a second rule, which is valuable to know about. So that says that 1 over a to the negative n is instantly a to the n. Simplifies in one step. And the third rule you should know about, the third variation on negative exponent rules, looks like this. This is for handling fraction bases. Consider this situation. What if you had a fraction and there was a negative exponent outside like that? How would we handle that? Well, the first thing we should do is write it as 1 over a over b to the positive n. And then I'm going to tuck that n into the brackets, individually applying it to a and b. And that will give us 1 over a to the n over b to the n. And again, we recognize we're dividing fractions. So we'll invert and multiply. And that gives us 1 times b to the n over a to the n. That's equal to b to the n over a to the n. And now I'll reintroduce the brackets again. That would be equal to b over a to the n. So that gives us a special rule for this type of situation when you have a fraction base. So this would be a over b to the negative n equals b over a to the positive n. You just switch the position of the numerator, reverse the positions of the numerator and denominator, and convert the exponent to positive again. What I've done is I've gathered all three rules together in one place for you here. You're certainly welcome to take a screenshot of anything in my videos and use them for your math projects, your math homework, whichever. There are all three rules we derived today. Thank you very much. If you enjoyed today's video, please like, subscribe, and share. If you have suggestions for topics you'd like to see in future videos, please leave those in the comments below. And remember, to see examples of negative exponents in action, please see my video in Negative Exponents, Practice, Practice, Practice.